Hello everyone, welcome back to Smiling Crowns. Today we'll be seeing developmental disturbances of the jaws. Before moving towards the developmental disturbances of jaws, let us take a brief look at the craniofacial anomalies. These are the deformities that are caused in the growth of head and the facial bones. They are usually present at the birth. Most common types of craniofacial anomalies are cleft lip or cleft palate. Now in cleft lip and palate, there is a separation that occurs between the lip or the palate, or maybe both. So cleft itself means there is a separation, okay? Craniosynostosis, this means that the sutures in the skull of an infant are not closed at the proper time. It means they are closed earlier than they should be. And now this early closure of the skull bones cause the abnormal development of the structures of head. हेमीफेशियल माइक्रोसोमिया, तो इसमें जो हाफ साइड है हेड एंड फेस रीजन का जो हाफ साइड है वो अच्छे से डेवलप नहीं होता, दैट इज अंडर डेवलप्ड. मोस्ट कॉमनली इट अफेक्ट्स द ईयर्स एंड जॉज. Vascular malformations, there may be some kind of malformation or deformity present at the birth involving blood vessels. Deformational plagiocephaly. Plagiocephaly itself means asymmetrical head. So if there is repeated pressure at a particular place of the head at a particular site, they may cause asymmetrical transformation and usually occurs at birth, seen in children. नाउ बिफोर मूविंग फॉरवर्ड लेट मी टेल यू समथिंग कि ये जो भी कंटेंट है जो आपको स्लाइड्स पे दिख रहा है सब कुछ शेफर्स में से लिया हुआ है. सो यू डिड नॉट नीड टू वरी अबाउट द ऑथेंटिसिटी एंड अबाउट द डेटा गिवन इन दिस video. Also you can use it as short notes. Also you can prepare your exam notes from this. So pause the video, take the screenshot or copy down in your notes wherever you feel like. This will be the best short notes to prepare for your exams. Okay, now let's begin with agnathia. It is the hypoplasia or absence of the mandible with abnormally positioned ears. Now one thing that is very basic we understand is अगर mandible का कोई part अच्छे से develop नहीं हुआ है और if it is absence, okay, तो फिर आपका ईयर डेफिनेटली डिफॉर्म्ड होगा और इवन द ईयर में बी एब्सेंट. नाउ दिस इज द कंडीशन ऑफ अग्नेथिया विच इज एक्सट्रीमली रेयर. ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव मोड ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस. ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव मोड ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस वो मोड होता है कोई भी डिसऑर्डर या जीन या म्यूटेटेड जीन का इनहेरिट करने के लिए जिसमें द अफेक्टेड चाइल्ड नीड्स 2 copies of the mutated gene, 1 from each parent. Okay. Now, commonly only a portion of one jaw is missing, whether it's maxilla or it's a mandible. In maxilla, one maxillary process or even the premaxilla. Premaxilla is the anterior part of the maxilla, which carries the anterior hard palate and also which carries your anterior teeth. So that's the part of maxilla which may be most commonly affected. In mandible, only one side or one condyle or ramus or both the ramus may be absent or may be underdeveloped. Failure, and now this anomaly occurs due to failure of migration of neural crest mesenchyme. Neural crest cells are formed in the pharyngeal arches. अब यहाँ से neural crest cells जो होते हैं वो highly multipotent cells होते हैं which have the ability to form your connective tissue. Also they form the skeletal structures. So first pharyngeal arch वो mainly आपके head के structures को form करने में help करता है जैसे कि maxilla, mandible. So these are formed from the first pharyngeal arch. So now neural crest cells from the first pharyngeal arch अगर वो आपके head region में अच्छे से if they do not migrate in the region of your mandible or wherever in the places where they do not migrate वहाँ पे आपको उसका hypoplasia दिखेगा because bone will not be formed, which usually occurs in the 4th to 5th week of gestation. And this agnathia anomaly is seen in less than 10 cases. Micrognathia. Either maxilla or mandible is affected. Micrognathia, the term itself suggests that the jaw is shorter in size. Now it may be apparent or it may be true. Apparent micrognathia में क्या होता है कि abnormal positioning होगी, ठीक है, या फिर वो bone या either your maxilla or your mandible is abnormally positioned relative to the other jaw, या फिर it is positioned in abnormal relation to the jaw or the skull. Okay. True micrognathia may be congenital or it may be acquired. Congenital means the defect birth से present है. Acquired का मतलब है कि वो कोई भी trauma या after birth किसी भी trauma, infection या condition की वजह से वो particular deformity आई है. Congenital में etiology अभी तक हमें नहीं पता, but this condition is associated with congenital heart disease, Perry-Robin syndrome. Perry-Robin syndrome आपको आगे दिखेगा. मैक्सिला में अगर ये माइक्रोग्नेथिया हुआ एज आई हैव सजेस्टेड आइदर मैक्सिला और मैंडिबल में भी अफेक्टेड, दोनों की पोजीशनिंग अलग हो सकती है जिसकी वजह से वो अपेरेंटली दिखे कि उसकी साइज कम है रिलेटिव टू द अदर बोन. इन मैक्सिला प्री मैक्सिलरी सेम एंटीरियर पार्ट की डेफिशिएंसी हो सकती है, उसकी वजह से मैक्सिला आपका छोटा दिखेगा, या फिर which causes the retracted middle third of the face. Now you know the front part of your maxilla which is the premaxillary region, suppose your upper lip. So अगर वो deficient है, if it is not developed properly, if it is underdeveloped, तो आपका जो middle third है face का which will look retracted, वो अंदर दबा हुआ दिखेगा आपका upper lip वाला part because it has no skeletal support. एंड दिस प्री डिस्पोजेस टू माउथ ब्रीदिंग. नाउ इट वॉज फर्स्ट सेड कि माउथ ब्रीदिंग की वजह से माइक्रोग्नैथिया हो रहा है ऑफ द मैक्सिलरी रीजन, बट ओवर द टाइम वी अंडरस्टूड कि किसी पर्सन को माइक्रोग्नैथिया है, उसकी वजह से द पर्सन इज ब्रीदिंग थ्रू माउथ. ओके. नेक्स्ट इज मैंडिबल. मैंडिबल में अगर माइक्रोग्नैथिया हुआ तो चिन रिट्रूडेड होगा. सिमिलरली मैंडिबल सपोर्ट्स योर चिन. सो अगर मैंडिबल छोटा है सो योर चिन विल लुक रिट्रैक्टेड. इट मे बी ट्रू और अपेरेंट. अपेरेंट है तो मैंडिबल की पोजिशनिंग पोस्टीरियरली होगी, या फिर मैंडिबुलर एंगल इज स्टीप विच मेक्स इट लुक अपेरेंटली शॉर्टर. नाउ एक्वायर्ड माइक्रोग्नैथिया विच मीन्स कि ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, आई मीन आफ्टर बर्थ, उस पेशेंट को किसी ट्रॉमा की वजह से, किसी इन्फेक्शन की वजह से, किसी डिस्टर्बेंस की वजह से उसका जॉ छोटा हुआ है. इट यूजुअली occurs due to disturbances in the temporomandibular joint. Now the example is ankylosis of the joint by trauma or infection, as I have already discussed. You can see the photograph of a child having micrognathia. Let's move forward with micrognathia. This means that the jaws are abnormally larger, either maxilla or mandible, but most commonly mandible is involved. Abnormally large jaws may be associated with Paget's disease of bone, जिसमें पूरा का पूरा फेस, cranium and maxilla or mandible may be affected. That is the Paget's disease. Acromegaly. Acromegaly is a condition of hyperpituitarism, जिसमें mandible is progressively larger. It gets larger. Leontiasis osseosa, in which the maxilla is enlarged. Mandibular protrusion or prognathism is most common. It may be either actually the mandible is larger in the size as compared to the maxilla, or there is a disparity in the size of maxilla. या तो maxilla की size छोटी है in relation to mandible, या फिर genuinely mandible is larger than the normal range. Factors predisposing to mandibular prognathism are increased height of the ramus. If you increase the height of the ramus, definitely your mandible is going to look larger. Increased gonian angle. Increased body length. If mandible की body लंबी है, if it is longer, so your mandible will look protruded. Also, the angle between the body of the mandible and the ramus should be less steep, so that mandible will look more larger. In case of micrognathia, mandible का angle steeper था, which makes the jaw look shorter. Here it should be less steep, so that the jaw looks longer. Decreased maxillary length, as we have already discussed. Anterior positioning of the glenoid fossa. अगर पूरा fossa ही बाहर is positioned anteriorly, definitely your mandible is going to look forwards. Prominent chin button. Treatment is surgical. Treatment is highly preferred and it gives excellent results. Now comes Perry-Robin syndrome, which it is a congenital defect. It is present with a classic triad of micrognathia or retrognathia. Now retrognathia और micrognathia is nothing different. Micrognathia में actually mandible की size छोटी होगी and retrognathia में उसकी relative size as compared to the maxilla or vice versa may be shorter. अब glossoptosis means enlarged tongue एंड क्लेफ्ट पैलेट. सो ये तीनों के ट्रायड को, ये तीनों कंडीशंस को साथ में हम बोलते हैं पेरी रॉबिन सिंड्रोम. द अफेक्टेड नियोनेट्स, एज इट इज अ कॉन्जेनाइटल डिफेक्ट, द चाइल्ड विल बी अफेक्टेड ऑलरेडी सिंस बर्थ. So the affected neonates suffer airway obstruction and feeding difficulties because the tongue is enlarged and so it falls back. So when the tongue falls back, the child is unable to breathe because it obstructs the airway, also the esophagus. So there is feeding difficulties. The primary defect is arrested mandibular growth. So it is a sequence of defects. जिसमें फर्स्ट डिफेक्ट, द प्राइमरी डिफेक्ट इज द अरेस्टेड मैंडिबुलर ग्रोथ. नाउ योर मैंडिबल हैज़ नॉट ग्रोन टू इट्स एक्चुअल साइज विच इट शुड हैव बीन. इट इज़ अ माइक्रोग्नाथिया, जिसकी वजह से टंग इज नॉट एबल टू स्टे प्रॉपरली इन द पोजिशन, लाइक टंग इज नॉट गेटिंग इट्स ओन स्पेस, सो इट टेंड्स टू फॉल बैक. ऑल्सो द फ्यूजन ऑफ पैलेटाइन शेल्स इज नॉट पॉसिबल, इज दैट विल प्रीडिस्पोज टू क्लेफ्ट पैलेट. Clinical features in the individuals of this disorder are micrognathia or retrognathia as discussed, which will lead to the bird face appearance, जिसमें पीछे का jaw छोटा होगा, so your nose will be the most prominent part, and then you directly have a retrognathic mandible, so it will give you a bird face appearance with your nose resembling a beak. Tongue tends to fall back. Cleft palate, both soft and hard palates are involved. Palatine vault is usually U or V shape, so the palate जहाँ पे cleft है, so उसका shape U या V होगा. अदर फाइंडिंग्स, मतलब इस डिसीज़ के साथ और भी कुछ चीज़ें हमें देखने को मिलती है. दिस आर ओटाइटिस मीडिया, हियरिंग लॉस, nasal deformities. Now all these things can be seen in a person having the disorder Perry-Robin syndrome. What is the treatment in this case? So the primary treatment that you need to do is preventing the airway obstruction. So if you have a child who is suffering, if you have a neonate who is with this condition, so first thing that you need to do is to prevent the airway obstruction. Next we do is obturate the cleft. Cleft को obturate करोगे तब जाके you can feed the baby. Otherwise there will be difficulty in feeding. Surgical intervention to correct the respiratory obstruction. Okay, so now to prevent the respiratory obstruction you may also need to do surgical intervention. Surgery से भी इसको ठीक करना पड़ेगा, the micrognathia and glossoptosis and also the cleft palate. Thank you so much for being with me till the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Next part is coming soon.